Hello everyone, today I'm going to read a part of the book Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Let's start with the first paragraph. Chapter 1. What's 2 plus 2? Something about the question irritates me. I'm tired. I drift back to sleep. A few minutes pass, then I hear it again. What's 2 plus 2? The soft, feminine voice lacks emotion, and the pronunciation is identical to the previous time she said it. It's a computer. A computer is hassling me. I'm even more irritated now. Lermal, I say. I'm surprised. I mean to say, leave me alone. A completely reasonable response, in my opinion. But I failed to speak. Incorrect, says the computer. What's 2 plus 2? Time for an experiment. I will try to say hello. Hello, I say. Incorrect. What's 2 plus 2? What's going on? I want to find out, but I don't have much to work with. I can't say. I can't hear anything other than the computer. I can't even feel. No, that's not true. I feel something. I'm lying down. I'm on something soft. A bed. I think my eyes are closed. That's not so bad. All I have to do is open them. I try, but nothing happens. Why can't I open my eyes? Open. And open! Open, dang it! Oh, I felt a wiggle that time. My eyelids moved. I felt it. Open! My eyelids creeps up and the blinding light tears my retinates. Gloom, I say. I keep my eyes open with sheer force of will. Everything is white with shades of pain. Eye movement dedicated. My tormentor says, what's 2 plus 2? The weakness lessens. My eyes are adjusting. I start to see shapes, but nothing sensible yet. Let's see. Can I move my hands? No. Feet? Also no. But I can move my mouth, right? I have been saying stuff. Not stuff that makes sense, but it's something. Incorrect. What's 2 plus 2? The shape starts to make sense. I'm in a bed. It's kind of oval shaped. LED lights shine down on me. Cameras in the ceiling watch my every move. Creepy thought that is. I'm much more concerned about the robot arms. The two brushed steel armature hang from the ceiling. Each has an assortment of distributely penetration looking tools where hands should be. Can't say I like the look of that. For I say. Rules at 2. Incorrect. What's 2 plus 2? Dang it, I summon all my willpower and inner strength. Also, I'm starting to panic a little. Good. I use that 4. I finally say, correct. Thanks God, I can talk, sort of. I breathe high. I breathe a sigh of relief. Wait, I just controlled my breathing? I take another breath on purpose. My mouth is sore. My throat is sore. But it's my soreness. I have control. I'm wearing a breathing mask. It's tied to my face and connected to a hose that goes behind my head. Can I get up? No. But I can move my head a little. I look down at my body. I'm knocked and connected to more tubes that I can count. There's one in each arm, one in each leg, one in my gentleman's equipment, and two that disappear under my thigh. I'm guessing on of them is up where the sun doesn't shine. That can't be good. Also, I'm covered with electrodes, the sensor type stickers like for an EKG, but they're all over the place. Well, at least they're only on my skin instead of jammed into me. Oh, I wheeze. I try again. Where am I? What is the cube root of 8? The computer asks. Where am I? I say again. This time it's easier. Incorrect. What is the cube root of 8? I take deep breaths and speak slowly. 2 times E to the 2 IP. Incorrect. What is the cube root of 8? But I wasn't incorrect. I just wanted to say how smart the computer was. Answer not very. 2, I say. Correct. I listen for follow-up questions, but the computer seems satisfied. I'm tired. I drift off to sleep again. I wake up. How long was I out? It must have been a while because I feel rested. I open my eyes without any effort. That's progress. I try to move my fingers. They wiggle as instructed. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Hand movement detected, says the computer. Remain still. What? Why? The robot arms come for me. They move fast before I know. They have removed most of the tubes from my body. I didn't feel things. Thought my skin is kind of numb anyway. Only 3 tubes remain and 4 in my arms. Only 3 tubes remain and IV in my arm, a tube up my butt, and a catheter. Those later 2 are kind of the signature items I wanted removed, but okay. I raise my right arm and let it fall back to the bed. I do the same for my left. They feel heavy as heck. I repeat the process a few times. My arms are muscular. That doesn't make sense. I assume I have had some massive medical problem and been in this bed for a while. Otherwise, why would they have me hooked up to all the stuff? Shouldn't there be muscle um, atrophy? atrophy? And shouldn't there be doctors? Or maybe the sound of hospital? And what's with this bat? It's not rectangular. It's an oval, and I think it's mounted to the wall instead of the floor. Take. I trail off, still kind of trite. Take the tubes out. The computer doesn't respond. I do a few more arm lifts. I wiggle my thighs. I'm definitely getting better. I tilt my ankles back and forth. They're working. I raise my knees up. My legs are well toned too. Not bodybuilders thick, but still too healthy for someone on the verge of death. I'm not sure how thick they should be thought. I press my palms to the bed and push. My torso rises. I'm actually getting up. It takes me straight, but I soldier on. The bed rocks gently as I move. It's not a normal bed, that's for sure. As I rise my head higher up, I see the height that foot of the elliptical bed. The attraction. As my head higher up, I see the head and foot of the elliptical bed are attached to strong-looking wall mounts. It's kind of a rigid hammock. Weird. Soon I am sitting on my boot tube. Not the most comfortable sensation, but when is a tube up your boot ever comfortable? I have a better view of things now. This is no ordinary hospital room. The walls look plastic and the whole room is round. Stark white light comes from ceiling-mounted LED lights. There are two more hammock-like beds mounted to the walls, each with their own patient. We're arranged in a triangle, and the roof-mounted arms of harassment are in the center of the ceiling. I guess they take care of all three of us. I can see much of my compatriots. They have sunk into their bedding like I had. There's no door, just a ladder on the wall leading to a hatch. It's round and has a wheel handle in the center. Yeah, it's got to be some kind of hatch, like on submarine. Maybe the three of us have a contiguous disease. Maybe this an artist quarantine. They're small vents here and there on the wall, and I feel a little airflow. It could be a controlled environment. I slide one leg over the edge of my bed, which makes it wobble. The robot arms rush towards me. I flinch, but they stop short and hover nearby. I think they're ready to grab me if I fell. Full body motion detected, the computer says. What's your name? Seriously? I ask. Incorrect. Attempt number 2. What's your name? I open my mouth to answer. Incorrect. Attempt number 3. What's your name? Only now does it occur to me? I don't know. Who am I? I don't know what I do. I don't remember anything at all. Uh, I say. Incorrect. A wave of fatigue grips me. It's kind of pleasant, actually. The computer must have sedated me through the AV line. Wait! I mumble. The robot arms lay me gently back down to the bed. I wake up again. One of the robot arms is on my face. What is it doing? I shudder. more shocked than anything else. The arm retracts back to its home in the ceiling. I feel my face for the match. One side has stubble and the other is smooth. You were shaving me? Consciousness detected, the computer says. What's your name? I still don't know that. Incorrect. Attempt number 2. What's your name? I'm a Caucasian. I'm Mel, and I speak English. Let's play the odds. John? Incorrect. Attempt number 3. What's your name? I pull the ivy out of my arm. Bite me. Incorrect. The robot arms reach for me. I roll off the bed, which is a mistake. The other tubes are still connected. The butt tube comes right out. Doesn't even hurt. The still inflated catheter yanked right off my penis. And that does hurt. It's like playing a golf ball. I scream and rise on the floor. Physical distress, said the computer. The arms give chase. I crawl along the floor to escape. I get under one of the other beds. The arms stop short, but they don't give up. They wait. They are turned by a computer. It's not like they will run out of patience. I I let my head fall back and gasp for breath. After a while, the pain um, subsides, and I wipe tears from my eyes. I have no idea what's going on here. Hey! I call out. One of you, wake up! What's your name? The computer asks. One of you humans, wake up, please. Incorrect, the computer says. My crotch hurts. So, so bad. I have a laugh. It's just absurd. Plus, the endorphins are kicking in and making me giddy. I look back at the catheter by my bunk. I shake my head, and in a way, the things when thought my urethra. Whoa! And it did some damage on the way out. A little streak of blood sits on the ground. It's just a thin red line of. I sipped my coffee, popped the last fragment of toast into my mouth, and signaled the waitress for my check. I could have saved money by eating breakfast at home instead of going to dinner every morning. Probably would have been a good idea considering my major salary. But I hate cooking and I love eggs and bacon. The waitress nodded and walked over to the cash register to ring me up. But another customer came in to be seated right that moment. I checked my watch. Just past 7 a.m. No rush. I like to get into work by 7:20 so I could have time to prep for the day. But I didn't actually need to be there until 8. I pulled out of, my phone and checked my email to astronomy curiosities, astro curious from Irina Petrova. Subject the thin red line. I frowned at the screen. I thought I would unsubscribe from that list. I left that life a long time ago. It didn't get a lot of volume, and what it did get, if memory served, was usually pretty interesting. Just a bunch of astronomers, physicists, and other domain experts chatting about anything that struck them as odd. I glanced at the waitress. The customers had a bunch of questions about the menu, probably asking if Sally's dinner served gluten free vegan grass uh, sleepings, clippings, or something the good people of San Francisco could be trying at times with nothing better to do. I read the mail. Hello, professionals. My name is Dr. Irina Petrova, and I work at the Pilkovo Observatory in St. Petersburg, Russia. I'm writing to you to ask for help. For the past 2 years, I have been working on a theory related to infrared emissions from nebulae. As a result, I have made detailed observations in a few uh, specific AR banks of light, and I have found something odd, not in any nebula, but here in our own solar system. There is a very faint but um detectable line in the solar system that emits infrared light at the 25.984 micron waves. It seems to be solely. What the heck was that? I remembered it all at once. It just kind of showed up in my head without. I didn't learn much about myself. I live in San Francisco. I remember that I like breakfast. Also, I used to be into astronomy, but now I'm not. Apparently, my brain decided it was critical that I remember that a mile, not trivial things like my own name. My subconscious wants to tell me something. Seeing the line of blood must have reminded me of the thin red line, title of the mile. But what's that got to do with me? I shime me out from under the bed and sit up against the wall. The arms angle toward me, but still can't reach. Time to get a look at my fellow patients. I don't know who I am or why I'm here, but at least I'm not alone. And they're dead. Yes, definitely died. The one closest to me was a woman. I think at least she had long hair. Other than that, she's mostly a mummy. Decided desiccated skin dropped over bones. There's no smell. Nothing is actually rotting. She must have died a long time ago. The person in the other bed was a man. I think he's been died even longer. His skin is not only dry and leathery, but also crumbling away. Okay, so I'm here with two died people. I should be disgusted and horrified, but I'm not. They're so far gone they don't even look human. They look like Halloween decorations. I hope I wasn't close friends with either of them. Or if I was, I hope I don't remember it. Died people is a concern, but I'm more concerned that they have been here so long. Even a quarantine area would remove died people, wouldn't they? Whatever's wrong must be pretty darn bad. I get to my feet. It's slow and it takes a lot of effort. I steady myself. or at the edge of Miss Mimi's bed. It wibbles and wibble with it, but I stay a brain. The robot arms make a play for me, but I flatten myself against the wall again. I'm pretty sure I was in a coma. Yeah, the more I think of it, I was definitely in a coma. I don't know how long I have been here, but if I was put here at the same time as my roommates, it's been a while. I rub my half-showered face. Those arms are um, designed to manage long-term unconsciousness. More evidence I was in a coma. Maybe I can get to that hatch. I take a step, then another, then I think to the flower. It's just too much for me. I have to rest. Why am I so weak when I have this well toned muscles? And if I was in a coma, why do I even have muscles? I should be wizard, spindly mess right now, not beach buff. I have no idea what my end game is. What should I do? Am I real sick? I mean, I feel like crap, of course, but I don't feel sick. I'm not nauseated. I don't have a headache. I don't think I have a fever. If I don't have a disease, why I was in a coma? Physical injury? I feel around my head. No lamps or scars or bandages. The rest of my body seems pretty solid too. Better than solid. I'm ripped. I want to nop off, but I resist it. Time to take another stab at this. I push myself back up. It is like weightlifting, but it is a little easier this time. I'm recovering more and more, I hope. I'm shuffle along the wall, using my back for support as much as my feet. The arms constantly reach for me, but I stay out of range. I pant and wheezy. I feel like I have run a marathon. Maybe I have a uh, lung infection. Maybe I'm in isolation for my own protection. I finally make it to the ladder. I stumble forward and grab one of the rings. I'm just so weak. How am I going to climb a 10-foot ladder? 10-foot ladder? I think in imperial units. That's a clue. I'm probably an American or English or maybe Canadian. Canadians use feet and uh, inches for distance. I ask myself, how far is it from LA to New York? My good answer is 3,000 miles? A Canadian would have used kilometers. So I'm English or American, or I'm from Liberia. I know Liberia use imperial units, but I don't know my own name. That's irritating. I take a deep breath. I hang on the ladder with both hands and put my foot on the bottom rung. I pull myself up. It is a shaky process, but I get it done. Both feet are on the lower ring now. I reach up and grab the next rung. Okay, making progress. I feel like my whole body is made of lead. Everything is so much effort. I try to pull myself up, but my hand just isn't strong enough. I fell backwards of the ladder. This is going to hurt. It doesn't hurt. The robot arms catch me before I hit the ground because I fell into grabbing range. They don't miss a beat. They return me to bed and settle me in like a mother putting her child to sleep. You know what? This fine. I'm really tired at this point, and lying down kind of works for me. The gentle rocking of the bed is comforting. Something bugs me about how I feel of the letter. I reply it's in my head. I can put my finger on it, but there is just a wrongness to it. Hmm, I drift off. Eat. There's a toothpaste tube on my chest. Huh? Eat, the computer says again. I lift the tube. It is white with a black text that reads Day 1, Meal 1. The heck is this? I say. Eat. I unscrew the cap and smell something savory. My mouth waters at the prospect. Only now do I realize how hungry I am. I squeeze the tube and disgusting looking brown sludge comes out. Eat. Who am I to question a creepy robot armed computer overlord? I cautiously lick the substance. Oh my god, it's good. It's so good. It's like thick gravy, but not too rich. I squeeze more straight into my mouth and savor it. I swear it's better than sex. I know what's going on here. They say hunger is the greatest seasoning. When you are starving, your brain rewards you handsomely for finally eating. Good job, it says. We get to not die for a while. The piece fall into place. If I was in a coma for a long time, I must have been getting fit. I didn't have an abdominal tube when I woke up, so it was probably feeding me with an NG tube running down my esophagus. Esophagus. It is a less in- intrusive way to feed a patient who can't eat but was known digesting issues. Plus, it keeps the uh, digestive system active and healthy, and it explains why the tube wasn't around when I woke up. If possible, you should remove one NG tube while the patient is still unconscious. Why do I know that? Am I a doctor? I squeeze another shot of gravy goo into my mouth. Still delicious. I gobble it down. Soon the tube is empty. I hold it up. More of this! Meal complete. I am still hungry. Give me another tube. Food ultimate for this meal has been made. It makes sense. My digestive system is getting used to semi solid food right now. Best to take it easy. If I eat as much as I want, I will probably get sick. The computer is doing the right things. Give me more food. No one cares about the right things when they are hungry. Food ultimate for this meal has been met. Bah! Still, I feel a ton better than I did before. The food ener- energized me on the spot. Plus, I have had more rest. I roll out of bed, ready to make a break for the wall. But the arms don't chase me. I guess I am allowed all of bed now that I have proven I can eat. I look down at my neck knocked body. This just doesn't feel right. I know the only other people around the diet, but still, can I have some clothes? The computer says nothing. Fine, by the way. I pull the sheet off the bed and wrap, wrap it around my torso a couple of times. I pull one corner under my shoulder from behind my back and tie it to another from the front. Instant toga. Self-ambulation detected, says the computer. What's your name? I'm Emperor Comatose. Kneel before me. Incorrect. Time to see what's up that later. Uh, I'm a little unsteady, but I start walking across the room. This a victory in itself. I don't need woodly wibble beds or walls to cling to. I'm on my own 2 feet. I make it to the leader and grab hold. I don't need something to hang on to, but it sure makes life easier. The hedge above looks pretty darn solid. I assume it's air thick, air thick, and there is every chance it's locked. But I have to at least try. I climb up on rung and thought, but double. Another ring. Okay, I have the hang of this. Slow and steady. I make it to the hatch. I hang on to the ladder with one hand and turn the hatch's circular crank with the other. It actually turns. Holy moly, I say. Holy moly? Is it my Gotha expression of surprise? I mean, it's okay. I guess I would have expected something a little less. 1915s. What kind of weirdo am I? I turn the crank 3 full rotations and hear a click. The hatch tilts downwards and I get out of the way. It falls open, suspended by its um, hefty hedge. I'm free, sort of. Beyond the hedge, there's just darkness, a little intimidating, but at least it's progress. I reach into the new room and pull myself up to the floor. Lights click on the as soon as I enter. Pres- um, Presumably, the computer is doing. The room looks to be the same size and shape as the one I left. Another round room. One large table, a lab table from the look of it, is mounted to the floor. 3 lab stools are mounted nearby. All around the walls are pieces of lab equipment, all of it mounted to tables or benches that are bolted to the floor. It's like the room is ready for a catastrophic earthquake. A ladder along the wall leads to another hatch in the ceiling. I'm in a well-stocked laboratory. Science, when the isolation wards let patients into the lab, and this doesn't look like a medical lab. Anyway, what the fitch is going on? Fitch? Seriously? Maybe I have young kids, or I'm deeply religious. I stand to get a better look at things. The lab has smaller equipment bolted to the table. I see an 8000x microscope and astroglyphs. A bank of test tubes, sets of simply drawers, a simple fridge, a furnace, pips. Wait a minute. Why do I know all these terms? I look at the largest equipment along the walls, scanning electron microscope, submillimeter 3D printer, 11 axis milling machine, laser interferometer, 1 cubic meter vacuum chamber. I know what everything is, and I know how to use it. I'm a scientist. Now we're getting somewhere. Time for me to use science. All right, genius brain, come up with something. I'm hungry. You have failed me, brain. Okay, well, I have no idea why this lab is here or why I'm loading, but onward, the hatch in the ceiling is 10 feet off the ground. It's going to be another later adventure. At least I'm stronger now. I take a few deep breaths and start climbing the ladder. Same as before, this simple act is a massive effort. I may be getting better, but I'm not well. Good lords, I'm heavy. I make it to take top, but only just. I situate myself on the uncomfortable bars and push on the hatch's handle. It doesn't budge. Um, but to unlock hatch, stay your name, say the computer. But I don't know my name. Incorrect. I smacked the handle with the palm of my hand. The handle doesn't move, and now the palm of my hand hurts. So, yet, not fruitful. This will have no. This will have to wait. Maybe I will remember my name soon, or find it written somewhere. I climb back down the ladder. At least that's my plan. You would think going down would be easier and safer than going up, but no, no. Instead of gracefully descending the ladder, I put my foot on the next ring, down at an awkward angle, lose my grip on the hatch handle, and fall like an idiot. I feel like an angry cat hitching out for anything I can grasp. Turns out that's a terrible idea. I fell that uh, into the table and smudge a set of supply drawers with my shine. It hurts like a mother fluffer. I cry out, grab my shine is pain accidentally accidentally roll off the table and fall to the floor. No robot's arms to catch me this time. I landed my back and it knows the wind out of me. Then adding insult to injury, the supply driver unit fell towards the drawers open and lab supplies rain down upon me. The cotton swabs aren't a problem. The test tubes just kind of hurt a little. But the tape measure smacks me where in the forehead. More stuff, more stuff glitters down, but I'm too busy holding the growing welt on my forehead to notice. How heavy is that tape measure? Um, 3 foot? Fall off a table left a bump on my head. That didn't work, I say to no one. That whole experience was just ridiculous. Like something of Charlie Chaplin movie. Actually, it really was like this. A little too much like that. That same feeling of wrongness strikes me. I grab nearby test tube and toss it into the air. It goes up and comes down like it should, but it annoys me. Something about feeling objects ticks me off right now. I want to know why. What do I have to work with? Well, I have an entire laboratory and I know how to use it, but what's readily at hand? I look around at all the junk that fell to the floor. A bunch of test tubes, simple swabs, popsicle sticks, a digital stopwatch, pipettes, some uh, scotch tape, and pen. Okay, I may have what I need here. I get back to my um, feet and dust off the toga. There's no dust, no on it. My whole world seems really clean and sterile, but I do the motions just the same. I pick up the tape measure and um, take a look. It's metric. Maybe I'm in Europe, whatever. Then I grab the stopwatch. It's pretty sturdy, like something you would take on a hike. It has a solid plastic shell with a hard rubber thing around it, undub- undoubtedly waterproof, but also dyed as nail. The LSD screen is completely blank. I press a few buttons, but nothing happens. I turn it over to get a look at the battery compartment. Maybe I can find the driver with the batteries in it if I know what kind it needs. I spot a little red plastic ribbon coming out of the back. I give it a pull and it comes out entirely. The stopwatch beeps to life. Kind of like batteries include toys. The little plastic tab was there to keep the battery from running down before the owner uses it for the first time. Okay, this is brand spanking new stopwatch. Honestly, everything in this lab looks brand new, clean, tidy, no signs of wear. Not sure what to make of that. I play with the stopwatch for a while until I understand the controls. Pretty simple, really. I use the tape measure to find out how high the table is. Anyway, the table's underside is 91 centimeters from the floor. I pick up a test tube. It is not glass. It may be some kind of high density plastic or something else. It certainly didn't break when it fell 3 feet to a hard surface. Anyway, whatever it's made of, it's dense enough for air resistance to be negligible. Negligible. I lay it on the table and read the stopwatch. I push the test tube of the table with one hand and start the stopwatch with the other. I time how long it takes to hit the ground. I get about 37 seconds. That's pretty darn fast. I hope my own reaction time isn't skewing the results. I note that time down on my arm with the pen. I haven't found any paper yet. I put the test tube back and repeat the test. This time I get 033. I do it 20 times total. Nothing's the result. Um, to minimize the effects of my error margin in starting and stopping the timer. Anyway, I end up with an average of 348 seconds. My arm looks like a math teacher's um, chalkboard, but that's okay. 0.348 seconds. Distance equals one half um, acceleration times time squared. So acceleration equals 2 times distance or time squared. These formulas come easily to me. Second nature, I'm definitely skilled at physics. Good to know. I turn the numbers and not and come up with an answer. I don't like the gravity in this room. It is too high. It's 15 meters per second when it should be 9.8. That's why things feel wrong to me. Then they're feeling too fast, and that is why I'm so weak and despite these muscles. Everything weighs one and half times as much as it should. Things is nothing affects gravity. You can't increase or decrease decrease it. Earth's gravity is 9.8 meters per second. Period. And I'm experiencing more than that. This is only one possible explanation. I'm not on Earth.